it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
What's up, guys? My name is Brendan, and the trick of the week this week is the Gumbi. Today, I'll be going over how you can learn the Gumbi, how you can better use Gumbi as a setup, how you can use the front swing to get more power out of your Gumbi, and finally, the best drills if you guys want to get a better Gumbi or just learn it if you're struggling. So guys, with that said, let's get started. Guys, before I get started, I just want to say mastering tricking needs your support. If you guys want to support this channel, get some tips and a bunch of other rewards, please go to my Patreon and check it out. It would mean the world to me. Okay guys, let's get started. First, I want to talk about how you guys can learn the Gumbi. And the Gumbi is a trick from capoeira. If you guys want to see the skill thrown in its original discipline, go and watch videos there. But guys, if you want to throw the Gumbi like a tricker, keep in mind it'll be the opposite side you normally do your cartwheel. For me, I normally cartwheel to my left, so I'll be doing my Gumbi to my right. Now guys, I like to start my Gumbi in a backside stance with my chest facing away from the direction I twist. I twist to my left, so I start with my chest facing the right. From here, I pick up my front leg and I kick it back as hard as I can. And I drive that leg between my shoulder and my ear. That's what gives you the off-axis Gumbi. After I kick that leg, I reach forward with my first hand. Now guys, when you reach forward with that hand, make sure your fingertips are facing down so that way you're able to pivot on that shoulder once you use it for support. Now guys, once that hand goes down, you're gonna wanna reach over with your second and turn your chest to face the sky. Now guys, this is the part of the Gumbi that requires a lot of back flexibility. So if you guys are struggling, maybe go back and stretch your back a bit before you work on the Gumbi. Now guys, once that second hand goes down and you're turning and you hit that arch position, you just need to exit, pushing off the ground as hard as you can and swinging that leg to whatever the next trick is. Guys, the Gumbi is normally used as a transition or a setup. And now I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can most effectively use the Gumbi as a setup. Next, I want to talk about using Gumbi as a setup. And guys, the Gumbi can be an extremely powerful setup if you use it right. There's two things you really need to focus on to get power out of your Gumbi. The first is when you kick that leg back in the beginning of your Gumbi, that's what's generating a lot of your forward flipping momentum. The harder you can kick that leg, the more power you'll get into whatever the next trick is. Now guys, the second thing is your arms. The harder you can push off the ground while exiting your Gumbi, the more power you'll get into whatever that next trick is. Now guys, I know it's an awkward position to push from, but the harder you can push, the more power you'll get. Now guys, keep in mind that the Gumbi is a great setup for off-axis tricks because it has that off-axis angle right in the beginning. If you can set an off-axis trick with an off-axis setup, it'll be a lot easier than if you were using your Gumbi to set you for a more gymnastic style back pull that has a lot of inversion. Next, I want to talk to you guys about how you can use the front swing to get a lot more power out of your Gumbi. You see guys, in the first Gumbi I showed you, I just lifted that leg and kicked it back. But you can do a little bit of a momentum step to get more power in your Gumbi. To do that, step forward with your opposite foot, turn, pick up that front leg and kick it back as hard as you can. Doing that little turn and kick in the beginning will add a lot of power to your Gumbi. Now guys, keep in mind you need to control this power. If you kick too hard and your arms aren't there to support you, you'll just drive into the ground. Now guys, also keep in mind the front swing Gumbi helps train the skills you need to do front swing rises. And that is such a cool trick once you're able to perform it. So guys, if you want to improve your Gumbi strength and work towards a front swing rise, practice that momentum step and work on front swinging your Gumbi. Next, I want to talk to you guys about bridges. A lot of athletes will struggle when they're first learning their Gumbi because they lack the back flexibility and shoulder mobility they need to do the arch in the middle. Now guys, you can stretch your back and your shoulders by doing a ton of bridges. To do a bridge, just lay down on your back, put your feet on the floor, put your hands by your head, and push your belly towards the sky. The more arched and the more comfortable you are in the bridge, the easier it will be to then do the Gumbi. Now guys, you can do a bunch of bridge drills to give your back the flexibility it needs and to make your arms stronger in pushing in that position. Here are some of my favorite bridge drills that I do consistently to keep my back flexible and my shoulders mobile. The first bridge exercise that I want to show you guys is the bridge push-up. To do a bridge push-up, you just get into the bridge position and go down and up on your arms. Guys, this is a phenomenal exercise for improving your back flexibility, shoulder mobility, and arm strength. The better and the harder you're able to push on the bridge push-up, the more power you'll be able to get out of your Gumbi. Like I said earlier, pushing from that arched position is really awkward if you haven't conditioned for it. And guys, you can condition for that push just by doing a ton of bridge push-ups. Plus, it's really good for your shoulders and good for your back. I would completely recommend this exercise, and I'd recommend you guys put it into your normal routine. The second exercise that I want to show you guys is the bridge flip. The bridge flip is really good for improving your back and shoulder mobility and also just being able to move freely through the bridge position. To do the bridge flip, you start in the bridge position and then you do a sideways flip to end in a push-up. And then you just go back to the bridge. If you can do bridge flips on both sides, it's a great way to train your mobility and also get you more comfortable with the bridge. The more comfortable you are with the bridge and moving through it, the better you'll be at the Gumbi and the easier the Gumbi will be to learn. So if you guys are really struggling with that Gumbi because you can't arch or stretch enough, or your shoulders just can't take it, do some bridge push-ups, do some bridge flips, and also do this last drill, because this one is my favorite. The third and final exercise is the bridge twist, and this one is the hardest. To do a bridge twist, you get up in the bridge position, and then you pivot on one of your feet to turn your body inside out. It is a really uncomfortable exercise, but it is great for developing the mobility and flexibility that you need to perform the Gumbi. And guys, if you can do the bridge twist, the bridge flip, and the bridge push-up, your back flexibility will be way better than if you did none at all. Plus, guys, training all of these dynamic exercises gets you better equipped to do the dynamic motions in the sport of tricking. Guys, if you want to improve your tricks, one of the best things you can do is to just do exercises and conditioning drills that use the middle positions of those skills and train the body parts used when performing them. Guys, these drills are some of my favorite for improving the Gumbi, and I would completely recommend you do all of them. Guys, I want to end by saying that the Gumbi is just the start. The Gumbi then progresses to tricks like the Sailor Moon, where you only use your first hand, or the touchdown rise, where you only use your second. And then you take away both your hands to just perform the rise. Guys, if you want to learn your rise and get access to the touchdown rise, the most popular setup in tricking, what I would recommend is to just work your Gumbi. If you can get a really good, super solid Gumbi, that'll translate directly into your touchdown rise and all your other setups. Now guys, that is everything I have to say about the Gumbi for now. If you guys want to suggest next week's trick of the week, please leave it in the comments down below. And if you want to support mastering tricking, please go to my Patreon and sign up. It would mean the world to me. Plus, you guys get me that much closer to destroying this piñata with the best tricks I can. Guys, thank you again for watching and have a lovely day.